we're back with Kelci and Ashley's sidekick over here. We're working on our multiplication and division. Again, we've worked with this with Kelci before, and last time you said it was so easy because
it was the same.
It was all unicorns, and it was the same stack family, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I said, I think that you'll be able to do it even if it's all mixed up. So we're going to go through again. I have new problems for you. Same multiplication and division sort. You have a pencil so that you can draw out a picture of whatever it's saying. If you feel like you want to build, you can build too. Okay? So go ahead. Let's take the first one. Let's get this party started.
Says, there were 21 roses. If you wanted to put 3 roses in each vase, how many vases could you fill?
Okay, so how could you draw that out?
It's...
No.
The marker's still shine. It's multiplication.
Okay, draw the picture out. Draw what's happening in the problem. So read it over again.
There were 21 roses. If you wanted to put 3 roses in each vase, how many vases could you fill?
Okay, what do you want to draw?
I'll draw a circle.
To represent what?
I'll draw 3 circles to represent, and then like put in each.
What do the 3 circles represent?
3.
You can read the problem however many times you want to, because you got to try to put a picture in your brain of what it's saying.
There were 21 roses. If you wanted to put 3 roses in each vase.
So what's the problem talking about? What are we counting?
There were 21 roses, and then there were 3 roses in each vase.
So how can we draw that? How can we represent that?
We draw 21 roses, or we can write, instead of like just drawing it, we could just write 3s. 21.
Oh, I like that. I like the 3s. 3s, and then you could put. Okay, so work. I just want to see how you think about it. Okay, so do it right on this paper with the pencil.
Okay. So there were. Let's see.
You can read it however many times you want. You just got to make a picture of it, okay?
But also, it's 2 digit by 1 digit.
We'll see.
So, 3. Then 8.
How many 3s do you think you're going to need?
21.
Does it say that you have 21 groups of 3?
No, it says 3.
Read it again. There are, if you wanted to put 3 roses in each vase, right?
Yes.
And then there's 21 roses. So how many roses do you already have?
You already have 21, but you put 3.
Do you have 20? How much do you have on your model so far?
By counting by 1s or 3s?
You can count however you want to count it up, because we just got to make sure we have 21, right?
Right here, you still have to stop right here.
Okay.
So just cross these out.
Okay. So read the question again.
There were 21 roses. If you wanted to put 3 roses in each vase, how many vases could you fill?
How many vases do you think, Kelci?
6.
Show me how you got 6.
Because there's 3 right here.
But each of these is, each of the 3s represents 3 roses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it says 3 roses are in each
vase.
So this would be 3, 6, 9 roses in a vase. So if you're going to do your vases, you can box your 3s, because each vase has 3 roses, right?
Yes, so
that's a vase, that's a vase, that's a vase.
That's a vase, that's a vase, that's a vase, and that's a vase.
Like draw them so they look like boxes or vases.
I did it.
You work it over there. You do the problem over there the way you want to do it.
Okay.
Okay, so how many vases do you see?
3, 6, 9.
Are you counting the roses or the vases?
Oh, the rose.
So what you can do, Kelci, if you sometimes you can do it with numbers. Sometimes it's actually easier to draw pictures too. So if it says if you wanted to put 3 roses in each vase, your picture doesn't always have to look so abstract. You can draw something that looks more like a vase, and you could go 1, 2, 3. You could do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
and then you can use that as your reminder. So there's 3 roses. So how many vases? Don't count the roses, count the vases. vases?
Oh, so 7.
7. So write 7 vases. So when I'm taking a whole and I'm splitting it into equal groups, multiplication or division?
Division.
Yep. Slide it over to division. Grab the next card.
Okay. There were 6 people in a car. There were 5 cars. How many people were in all the cars?
So let's draw a model so that you can see what's
We didn't
happening
get to
in the
see the
problem. But you got it. 7 vases. So you work on this one over there, Ashley. Read it again.
The answer of how many are each vase.
It doesn't say that. It says, how many vases could you fill? See how important that question part is? So read it again, Kelsey. Go ahead.
There were 6 people in a car. There were 5 cars. How many people were in all the cars?
So what can you draw to help you make sense of that problem?
You could draw. You can draw 6, but just do a circle to make it like a car.
Okay, are you going to remember what that is?
And
Okay.
then you could just write car or C.
Okay, let's do that. I like that idea. Then it'll help my brain remember. Or you can even write the word car. There you go. 6 in a car. Okay.
6 in a car. 5 cars. So it's 5 cars.
I like how you reread it. Do you think we should write 6 people and put car above the circle?
Yeah.
Would that make it? Because this kind of makes me think that that is 6 cars. That might confuse me. So go ahead and erase if you like that idea.
Yeah, I do. And then for people.
Or you could put 6P. Does that make
sounds
sense?
fun.
Yeah,
Sounds
6P.
And then C.
There you go.
P N C A R. Oh.
I always try to put words with my pictures. Otherwise, I forget what I'm doing.
That's what happens to me sometimes.
And I always read my problem over and over again if I start feeling like I'm getting lost.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So now we had to do 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6.
Mm-hmm. Or what multiplication fact could that be?
6 times 5.
Okay.
So
What's easier for you to do? 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6? Or 5 times 6?
5 times 6.
What's 5 times 6?
30.
How'd you think about that?
Because, well, I've been practicing a lot, so I just know that I memorized that, and I did 5. Well, if you count by 5, it's 30.
Yep. Okay. So answer your question.
So 5 times 6 equals 30.
And then circle the 30 because that's your answer. So, 30 what? Make sure you put your units with your answer
30.
too.
Car.
Read your question again. What is it asking you?
There are 6 people in a car. How many cars were in all the cars?
How many what? How many?
How many people were in all the cars?
So 30 tells me what? How many cars or how many people?
How many people?
So you could put a P for people.
Have to do?
If you always add your units there,
Okay.
it'll help you.
I'm gonna do it down here.
That works. Okay, so what do you think you did on that one? Did you multiply or divide?
Multiply.
Right. Because I'm putting those equal groups together, right?
Mhm.
All right, take the next one.
So there were 8 crowns in a pack. There were 4 packs of crowns. How many crowns were there?
Okay, first I'm going to try something different on this one. What's the question part? What is it asking me?
How many crowns were there?
So why don't we write an answer statement? I think that might help us. If I were to answer that question, how many crayons were there? You would answer by saying what?
There were
Blank crayons. Let's do that first. I think that'll help us. Write that sentence right there. There were blank crayons. Sometimes that helps me remember to answer the question that's being asked.
Okay.
Okay, now what?
Now we can count by 4s.
Okay, why?
Because if you count by 4s and you get up to 8, it could give you the number.
Do you have groups of 4 in the problem? When you read that problem, what do you see in your brain?
I see 4 packs.
4 packs. So how can we represent that in our drawing?
You could do a square
Okay.
and then put 4.
4. Wait, but is this the square is the pack, right?
Yeah,
So do I need a 4 in the pack or do I need 4 packs?
4 packs.
So don't put the 4 yet, because I don't think that would mean like there's 4 crayon in a pack if that square represents your pack, right? So if you're gonna draw 4 packs, draw 4 rectangles, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we can put 8 in there because there is 8 crowns in a pack.
I like it. I agree.
Bless you.
Ashley.
Okay. So
Okay.
now I know we could do 16 plus 16.
Okay.
So can I come up with the problem for her?
We're gonna see if you get the same thing I like, what you did. I'm gonna have you explain yours after she explains hers, okay, Ashley? I like how you solved it a little bit differently from her. That's cool.
But also, I have a question. Like, when
Okay.
you're doing 4 times 8,
Mm-hmm.
how do you count without counting every single one of little dots?
Oh, that's a great question. So Kelsey, when she drew her model, she put 8s in there. That way she doesn't have to worry about counting all those dots because ain't nobody got time for that. So she kind of looked at her model and she said, well, I know 2 8s. Because remember how we talked in class, Ashley, how 2s and 4s relate because there's 2 2s inside of a 4. So Kelsey said 2 8s gives me what?
2 8s give me 16.
And then these 2 8s give me
16.
So that's kind of like doing 8 times 2 twice, right? Do you see that, Ashley? So I can do 8 times 2 is 16, plus another, that's the first 8 times 2, plus another 8 times 2 is 16, and then put 16 and 16 together to get up to
32.
32. Do you like that way, Ashley?
Yeah. We get up with the same answer. And
I'm going to do your 8 times. Under there, take your pencil and write 8 times 2 and 8 times 2, and that will give you 8 times 4. Isn't that cool?
when I did 16 plus 16, I kind of got confused about this, but I remembered that if it's like lower than 5, it goes down. If it's higher than 5, it goes down.
You talking about rounding, boo.
I know, but that's...
So you were estimating to see if your answer made sense? Is that what you're talking about? So you were doing 6 and 6 is 12.
So I add plus 1, and then
Plus, is that a 1 or is it a 10?
That's a plus 1. It just looks like a 10.
So 12 is 1 plus 2?
It's 6. It's 6 plus 6.
Is 12, right?
It's 12.
But what does that 1 mean in a 12?
That you put that as a 2.
But what's the value of the 1?
10.
10. So when you put that 1 up there in the 10's place, it has a value of
10.
10. So this looks like 1 plus 1 plus 1, but it's really 10 plus 10 plus
10.
which would make 30, or 3 10s. And you and Ashley both got the same thing, and y'all did it different ways, right? Awesome. So your answer, read your question again. How many crayons were there?
How many pounds were there?
What's your answer?
32.
So put it back in your blank.
There's also this other one. The one that she did,
And was that multiplication or division? What do you think, Kelsey?
multiplication.
Do you agree, Ashley? Am I doing repeated addition? Am I building up to a whole?
But when she did this one, she could have done 2 digit by one digit because it's easier if you have 3 groups. And then you put 2 tens are to stand for
Okay, so then tell me about this picture here. What do the circles represent?
The circles represent the 3 groups.
Three. What are the problem doesn't say groups. So what in the problem is the group?
I don't know how. Can I help
So go ahead, Kelsey. Can you help her with her mistake on that one?
you? So this right here
Does this problem have 3 groups in it?
No, this is
because look, these two.
Where's the roses, Ashley? 21 roses, but does it say I have 3 boxes of 21 roses? If it did, then yours would definitely match. But it says I have 21 roses. I'm putting 3 in each vase. So you have to know what your circles are. So if your circles are your vases, you can put 3 in there, but you can't put 21 in there because it doesn't say there's 21 in each vase. Do you know what I mean?
You can put 3,
Yeah.
and then 3, and then 3 again.
Does that make sense, Ashley?
And count by yes.
Yeah, the words are tricky. You got to really pay attention to those words.
Count by 3s.
Okay, we got 2 more.
Problem when
Here, Ashley, I want you to try to work on this one with Kelsey. See how y'all solve this one. Okay, read it out loud, Kelsey.
It says there were 20 pieces of candy. If you want to make goodie bags with 5 pieces of candy in each bag, how many goodie bags could you make?
Ooh, I got this one.
So
Okay, but don't get to work right away. Like, read it until you can see it in your brain, because when you draw it, you want it to match what's in your brain.
I was gonna say that I was gonna do write the question.
Okay.
And just say how.
Do the answer statement?
Yeah, and
Okay.
there were
Do it. I like it. I like writing the answer statement first. Did you want to do that too, Ashley?
Do I do it on the table or on?
Write it right underneath the, when I do my answer statement, I usually do it right underneath the problem.
Okay. Word. Link.
Wait, I need to see.
All right, go.
So now you do.
What are you visualizing in your brain? What do you see?
What I see in my brain is there's 5 goodie bags and there's 20 pieces in each goodie bag.
There were 20 pieces. Does it say that there's 20 pieces in each goodie bag? What do the words say?
There were 20 pieces of a bag.
Okay, there's 20 pieces of candy. If you wanted to make goodie bags with 5 pieces of candy in each bag, how many goodie bags could you make?
You could make.
So when I read that, it says, if you wanted to make goodie bags with 5 pieces of candy in each bag. So in my brain, I see a bag with 5 pieces of candy in it. Do you? Why don't we draw that? Draw that.
Oh, do I?
You could draw whatever you want for it to look like a goodie bag.
So I'm gonna just draw.
I have an idea. Since you're talking about it's called Mystery Math. It's where we take part and you give us a problem. And
I want you to talk to me. This is cool. What were you thinking for yours for the same problem?
here so it's like.
Yeah, here. There's a marker.
because
Yeah?
as you were saying it, I looked back at the problem and I know that in 20 you can do 10, but you also can do 5 because if you count on your fingers 5, 10, 15, 20, you by 4, then you get to.
So you're thinking like you're building up from your 5, so you're thinking how many 5s will get me up to 20? So 5 times what is 20, Ashley?
4.
So how many goodie bags do you think that we could fill?
4.
So what's your answer then?
4.
Put equals 20. And then which number of these answers the question? How many goodie bags could you make? Which number? Circle it. I like it. Good explanation.
But also, there's another way that you can do it.
Okay, you work on the other way. I'm going to have you explain it. I'm going to have Kelsey explain how she thought about it.
So I knew that there were 5 in each goodie bag. 5, 10, 15, 20. So I did 20. And I knew that 10 plus 10 equaled 20. So I think I would.
That's how you added your 5s quicker, right? Okay, so what's your question?
My question was, there were.
No, just to ask the question part, the very last part.
Oh, how many goodie bags could you make?
Now, if you look at your picture there, how many goodie bags?
You can make 4.
4 goodie bags. Ashley, did you agree with that one?
Yes.
Ashley got the same thing using
Also,
a
you
slightly
can do
different
this
strategy. Good. Fill it in. You're showing another way to make 20?
Mhm.
Okay. So was this one multiplication or division, Kelsey?
Division.
Yes. You're getting better. Okay, last one.
After this one, can I do her problem? She gives me a problem.
If we have time, but it's like almost time to go. But if you guys want to work again next time, that's fine. Go ahead. Read.
Okay, it says, there were 12
You
books.
listening, Ashley?
They were split up evenly in 3 baskets. How many books were in each
I don't get
basket?
to explain that one.
So
Oh, you will.
I'm gonna erase this and write what I
Okay.
did for this.
Okay. Ashley, you can work on that one too.
Wait, what?
Read it.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So.
Should we say in each basket since it's
Oh
asking?
yeah.
You don't have to erase all of it, girl. You just add it on.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. We're on the last one. Thank you, though. Are you guys? We only have to finish this up tomorrow. So we'll see. Dum
Oh, I
dum
did
dum.
it.
Okay.
Okay. So.
So Ashley, you can come explain your thinking to me while Kelsey's working,
So I noticed.
but not loud because I want her to respect her thinking.
I noticed that. So on my fingers, I count up by 3s all the way up to 12
How'd you know that you're gonna count by 3s?
because it said 3,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was like, oh, maybe I can count by 3s, and so I counted on my fingers 3, 6, 9, 12, and I knew 4 3s. If you put
4 3s make 12.
But if you put 2 of those together, so if you combine
Mhm.
3 of these, it makes 6.
Mhm.
And if you have another 2, it makes 6 again.
Mhm.
And I know 6 plus 6 equals 12.
Okay, so the question is, how many books were in each basket?
3.
Okay, so it also says that the books were split up evenly into 3 baskets. Where's your 3 baskets?
My logic is
No, you're like everything is right except for your model. This is the right number sentence, but your model doesn't match the context of the problem, which makes it tricky. And you guys got to make sure you're drawing what it says in the problem. So it says there's 12 books. You guys both have 12 books, right? You guys do. Y'all both have 12 books. But it says they were split up evenly in 3 baskets. Do I see 3 baskets in your picture?
Yeah, I have 3.
3 baskets? Then what do the squares represent?
They represent because there's 3 in each basket.
Where's the basket?
The
So
square.
you need 3 squares then, right, Kelsey?
Oh.
Yeah. So you can fix your thinking.
So do I erase it or?
Yeah, you can just don't erase all this part. Just erase that part and fix your baskets. Uh-huh. You see? So now,
So 3, it's.
how many books were in each basket?
So now I
4.
Okay. Circle the part that answers the question. You're 4. All right. Austin's here to get us. Thank you, Austin. All right, ladies. Great job. Peace. It's the end of the day. Y'all worked hard.
Bye.
See y'all.